What if I told you that every email that you want to send over the next month could be planned, written, designed, and scheduled in Klaviyo in literally just a few minutes? I'm not talking about rough drafts. I'm not talking about templates that you would have to rewrite or redesign in Figma or Canva or something. I'm talking about finished campaigns that are ready to click schedule on. So that is no longer a fantasy, and today that is exactly what I'm going to show you how to do. I'm going to walk through the entire process of generating an entire month's worth of Klaviyo campaigns entirely inside of Claude. And I'm going to do it in real time so that you can see exactly how this works and exactly how easy it is. Okay, so before we jump into Claude, I need you to understand something. If you send more good emails to your email list on Klaviyo, you will make more money next month. If you entirely disagree with that premise and are not open to changing your mind, then you should honestly just leave this video right now. The reason why most brands leave a ton of email revenue on the table is because they either overthink their email marketing or because they don't think about it enough at all. And in both of these situations, that leads to them not sending enough campaigns consistently, which results in leaving a ton of revenue on the table every single month. Now, even though this is some of the easiest revenue that brands can generate, the reason why sending email campaigns falls to the bottom of every single growing brand's priority list every month is because the number one goal is to grow the business. And simply put, sending a campaign to your list tomorrow might generate a few $100s, but realistically, it's not going to be what gets you from $50,000 a month in revenue to $1 million a month in revenue. I say all of that to say that I understand why sending multiple campaigns, like 3 campaigns per week, is not your highest priority, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't be doing it anyways. If we take some example numbers, if your average email campaigns drive something like $500, then going from 4 cents to 12 cents a month is $4,000 in additional monthly revenue, or $48,000 over the course of an entire year. And what's important to understand is you've already paid to acquire these customers and these email addresses. So the customer acquisition cost on that revenue is basically $0. The problem has historically been that if you have to pay an agency something like $3,000 a month to send campaigns for you, then it no longer becomes worth it. But if you could spend 30 minutes per month and have those 12 email campaigns scheduled without having to think about them again for the rest of the month, now that revenue becomes worth it. Enter Claude and its email strategy and executional assistant, Eltie. Let's jump straight into this so I can show you how efficient this is. All right, so we're starting in Claude. You probably recognize this dashboard, and I'm literally just gonna say generate 12 email campaigns in Eltie for May 2026. So we have an Eltie MCP skill, which can be downloaded super easily on the integrations page inside of Eltie. So what's happening now is using the Eltie MCP connector and the skill that's associated with it, Claude is talking to Eltie, who is an expert email marketer, to help figure out exactly how to put this calendar together. So Claude has all of your brand context and Eltie has all of the context needed to actually generate these high converting campaigns. So if you're an agency or a freelancer and you're managing multiple accounts, Eltie's just gonna ask you to select which one you're talking about. So I'm just gonna say Red Stick Spice over here. Now we have brand voice loaded inside of Eltie, but if you already have your brand voice inside of Claude, you could allow this or deny this, doesn't really matter. So Claude's gonna take a look at what campaigns are already on our calendar. If there's none, it's just gonna build the entire month. And if there are already campaigns, it'll basically just plan around it. So what you can see Claude is doing right now, it's looking at past performance to make sure that we're planning campaigns for May of 2026 based on what worked in May 2025 and what's worked recently. And it's able to do this because inside of Eltie, there are integrations with both Klaviyo and Shopify. So just like any expert email marketer would do, it's taking all of the historical data into account before suggesting what you should do next. So Claude's looking at the top performers to replicate. It's looking at April 2026. And then it's looking at the May calendar. And you can see that there's already a flash sale planned for May 12. So there's room for 11 more campaigns. And based on the expertise that the Eltie skill file inside of Claude contains, Claude knows that we want to have a balanced calendar. We don't want to just have promotional emails and sales going out all the time. So it's going to have 12 campaigns and there's going to be 3 promotions, 4 recipe/educational emails, 2 product spotlights, 1 tea feature, 1 cooking class, and 1 collection showcase. This is completely personalized to the brand Red Stick Spice and everything that Claude knows about it, along with all of the details that's pulling in through the Eltie MCP. And now it's literally as simple as giving Claude access to Eltie to actually go and create these campaigns. So if we look at our calendar inside of Eltie right now, we just have that 1 campaign for the 12th that's already been planned for the 20% off flash sale, which Claude recognized. And now as soon as we refresh this, once Claude is done, we'll see the entire campaign calendar populated. So while Claude is hard at work creating all of these campaigns, you can see exactly what's going on right over here. It's using Eltie's exact process of what goes into creating a high converting campaign. And just like that, we can see that all 12 campaigns are live in Eltie. So for Red Stick Spice, a company that sells seasoning blends, olive oils, sea salts, very interesting premium grocery products. This is completely aligned with what a high converting campaign calendar looks like. It's completely culturally relevant with what's going on. So we're talking Cinco de Mayo, Mother's Day, iced tea season, graduation season, picnic season, grilling season, Memorial Day weekend. It's taking all of this into account, and here's where the magic happens. So we have some strategic notes, which is that there is a Mother's Day sequence that plays off of what worked well in 2025, a mocktails driven email on May 29th based on an extremely high revenue per recipient campaign in 2025, and a 3-touch sequence over Memorial Day. So all of these have been created in Eltie, which means we can click on the individual events right here to open them. And inside the strategy section here inside of Eltie is where you'll see the exact strategic rationale for why each specific campaign is being suggested. So whereas Claude itself is going to give you very generic advice in terms of what campaigns to send, the value of the LT connector outside of the email design generation, which you'll see in a second, is that it's taking your context from Claude and merging it with strategic expertise that's backed by over 2 billion emails and close to $100 million in revenue that's been generated from email marketing. And now if we go back to our calendar, we'll see the entire month of May is complete at this point. So all of our strategy is completed. And now Claude's asking if we're ready to generate the email designs. So I'm literally just gonna say, yes, generate all designs. And Claude is now gonna go and design every one of these emails. And just like that, Claude kicked this off to LT, who is now in the process of designing the first email. So LT's now onto the second email, and this is really just magical to see. What we're seeing now is literally just an expert email marketing agent who is getting all of our campaigns done for the entire month using the expertise that is only possible to be acquired from an email marketing agency. So we can see the status right now, which is that all of these emails are having their designs generated right now. This one just switched over to send email, which means the design is complete. And right away, we can see the completed design for this email. So this is our Cinco de Mayo email, which is being sent on May 4th. And we can see it right here. The email looks beautiful and is in ready to send status. So it meets all of our design requirements for a high converting email. On the content side, you can see like this is not AI slop. We're providing actual like helpful, valuable information. The best emails are the ones that have products really tastefully tied in to good content. And we can see that LT has done a phenomenal job just pulling in all of the information from Shopify. So these product images are pulled in directly from the Shopify catalog, the product names and pricing as well, and then even descriptions that strategically explain why your customers should want to buy this product in a way that is completely aligned with the strategy of the email. So instead of just putting a basic product description pulled from Shopify here, we're actually going in, looking at the product description, and then tailoring the copy to be related to Cinco de Mayo. So this section is beautiful and like is up to the standard that we would hold our human designers to. And then we have our final section down here. Our second email is done. For our Mother's Day gift guide, we have products for the baker mom, products for the tea lover mom, products for the home cook mom. Like this is by all measures a ready to send email. And while LT's working on finishing the rest of the designs, the final step here to make good on my promise that you can actually create your entire month of emails and get them scheduled in one go is our export campaign section, where we're pre-filling everything for you from the campaign name, the subject line, the preview text, and all of the other settings for the campaign, including recommended segments, both inclusion and exclusion, in order to generate maximum revenue and protect your deliverability. So with literally one click here, I can export this campaign. This is the third and last example email I'll show you over here that LT just generated. Again, you can see like these aren't just basic templates that are being used. Everything is being completely customized to the actual strategy of the campaign with different engaging design layouts. Everything inside of these emails is 100% editable in the easiest way you could possibly imagine, swapping out images, even updating images using AI, generating completely new images, adding your own images that you already have, changing CTA links, and then literally anything else you can imagine by just clicking on any element and asking LT to make the design update for you. So now if we hop back, we can see that all of these designs were successfully generated. You can view each design individually, go through them, and then just click one button to schedule them in Klaviyo. And just like that, we are done. All of our campaigns are scheduled in Klaviyo, ready to generate revenue, and we don't have to think about our email campaigns for another month. It really is as easy as the step-by-step process that I just showed you. So if you're not sending a minimum of 3 email campaigns per week, you are leaving revenue on the table and you no longer have to. I'm going to include a link in the description for you to go sign up for LT, get a completely free trial, and then once you sign up, just head over to the integrations page to set up the Claude connector, which is completely free for all users. So no more excuses, go schedule your next month of campaigns. And if you have any questions at all, feel free to drop them in the comments. I'll see you in the next one.